Max McGuire, co-founder of RedHotPie.com.au.
Lucien, Schneller, Industry Manager at Google Australia.
My name's Christie Sharpe and I'm the CEO of Fancy My Friend.
Kouremenos with Madison, and I'm the country manager for Madison in Australia.
Dave Heysen, CEO of Oasis dating network.
Frank Grasso, I'm the CEO of eChannel.
Isabelle, Arnaud, I'm a director in the Enforcement Operation Groups of the ACCC, the Australian Competition and Consumer Commission.
Matthew Pitt, Operations Director at whitelabeldating.com.
My name's John Taylor, I'm the CEO from AussieDate.com.au.
My name's Samantha, Krajina, and I'm from a company called Rocketscience, and I'm the co-founder and CEO.
It's Michael O'Sullivan, Director of Hot People Limited.
Findsomeone.co.nz, a New Zealand dating site. My name's Davies.
My name is Lisa Hayes and I work for Elite Introductions.
RedHotPie is Australia's #1 casual dating site.
Fancy My Friend is a romantic social network that involves friends recommending their single friends. The community is built by singles asking their closest friends to recommend them and endorse the kind of person they are.
Actually, Madison's been in Australia for 2 years, but I myself have been with the company for 2 months.
Oasis is social dating. It's currently free. We're moving to freemium. It's a platform with about 9.5 million members, getting 350,000 each month, 4 million Spanish-speaking members, growing in Brazil, #1 in Australia and #3 in the UK.
Aussie Date's a dating site for Australians that are looking for love.
We're actually an offline introductory agency based in Sydney and Melbourne.
White Label Dating is a white label dating platform provider, and we run about 7,500 sites in 7 countries across the globe. And Australia is a market we're very interested in. We moved into Australia in May last year, and it's grown rapidly, and it's now our 2nd largest market outside of the UK.
Hot People Limited, we're a white label dating company or private label dating company. We allow people to set up their own sites in various niches, and we kind of specialise in community dating as opposed to one-to-one profile dating.
Relationship Rocketscience is a corporation that we've put together to enable people to build some self-esteem, to find out what they truly want in a partner and what they truly need in a relationship. And that's through relationship coaching, programs that incorporate NLP and MBIT facilitation, and for our one-on-one clients we also incorporate a personal matchmaking element to what we do.
We're here because we are the project working with the dating industry, the online dating industry in relation to dating and romance scams, and we develop with the industry best practice guidelines for the industry, and we are very keen to promote those and get feedback on those issues.
The Australian iDate 2012 conference has been an incredible success. I think having it down in Sydney, down under, is fantastic. The delegates have enjoyed themselves. I think that everyone's been engaged and everyone's had a fabulous time.
It is my first iDate conference. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. It's been great to network with like-minded people and people in the business.
It's really good. For me, it's been a transition into the industry, so I'm learning a lot about the industry, but it's also been a good opportunity to connect and meet with people, see who the key players are, and get our name out there in that mix of people.
I'm loving the event. I don't know a lot about the dating industry. Well, I did until yesterday when I first sat there and listened to all these great speakers. It's very informative. I really enjoy it.
It's the first time at iDate, I really enjoyed it. It's been great.
I'm loving it. My expectations have been blown out of the water. The education is at a very high standard. The information is, there's a lot more to this industry than, I knew, obviously.
I thought it was fantastic. I mean, bearing in mind it's the first show that celebrates the success and the size of the online dating industry in Australia. Everyone's been made to feel very hospitable, been incredibly well looked after by the guys from RedHotPie, Max and Mark. But more than that, we had a very nice selection of people who came along. Debates were lively, the panels, the speakers were very good, and all in all, if you weren't here, you missed out on a fantastic conference.
Coming to the success of iDate, I've found there's a lot of business opportunity between the other operators in the industry, and there's a lot of good things that can be done on a B2B level, quite apart from just acquiring more customers or more tactics to acquire customers. So at this stage, I actually found it very useful. A small conference, you can spend a lot of time with the key owners and kind of get what the deals are there to get stuff worked on.
What I'm really loving about the people that we're meeting at this event is people are driven and people are hungry and people are passionate about what they do. They've got some great knowledge. Like, we all like to think that we know a lot about what we do in the industry that we're in, and very knowledgeable people here, and I'm learning a great deal. People of significance, people who are decision makers. We've got CEOs, we've got some amazing people from Google who will bring some great insight to any type of decision maker, board member, CEO, people who are actually decision makers and who are able to influence the businesses and the direction that they're going.
Mainly just CEOs of other companies that are kind of, I guess, in spaces that we're in as well. So just trading a few secrets, I guess, and seeing if there's some collaborations we can do.
The caliber's really high. Everybody's senior. They're all CEOs or chief operating officers, and it's a fantastic group.
Meeting everyone, lots of CEOs and marketing experts, and yeah, it's been really enjoyable. I met Tanya from Dating Factory for the first time, and she was charming and very interesting talking to her. She has a lot of experience in the industry, and that's been great. Yeah. Max from RedHotPie, and he's an interesting character. I really enjoyed talking to him. So it was great that RedHotPie put on the party last night. That was a good time to meet people. The day's filled with so many lectures and things that it's hard to actually get to meet some people, so the parties afterwards where the real mingling happened. Yeah.
I'm meeting a lot of the CEOs of other dating companies, and at the moment I'm in startup phase. So it's great to get a lot of tips, ideas, tactics and strategies that I can use in my business.
Meeting lots of C-levels, management teams and things like that, and a lot of the product kind of guys are around.
Top executive decision makers, very useful people to know.
There was a very high turnout from dating site owners at sort of C-level. So the Australian industry, the key players turned out, which was fantastic. And then we had a lot of people who run their own dating sites, both international, who came over to learn about the Australian market. But it was very nice to see people who run their own sites in Australia also attend the conference.
I think there was a good spectrum of people from the CEO level right through to everybody from the whole range within the dating industry, and including meeting some people who are developers and programmers. So it was good to have a whole range of people involved in the online dating industry all present.
They're the people who own the companies, make all the decisions. There are no sales guys kind of hassling you. It's basically they're all people who make decisions and have clout in the industry.
Executives from across dating companies globally, white label and support services like search marketing. Some great contacts. And given the industry is so small in New Zealand, it's really good to be amongst people involved in the dating industry.
The other dating operators are very open to discuss a lot about what they do. I think it's because the industry is so growing and they have nothing to hide, because there's enough pie in it for everyone if we just all work together.
I find it a privilege to be in the presence of and sharing the stage with some of the industry's greats. I think it's a fantastic event to be able to bring us all together and really be congruent with reaching the purpose and the common goal that we're all here for.
We definitely have had some ideas. We had some great discussions around tablet, what's happening with tablet, and it's great to see people engaged, and we're wanting to challenge people when we get here. And we've certainly had a good response in terms of facilitating that discussion and getting that going, so that's really good.
I have a lot of ideas, yes, and a lot of valuable ideas. I think this is a fantastic event that if you're getting started into the online dating industry, to learn a lot of things and meet people that can help you. Well, initially I attended the OPW startup talk with Mark Brooks. This event has definitely saved me a lot of time myself researching online dating industry and finding out what my competitors are doing and what's happening in the industry. So I've saved a lot of time and money by coming to this event. I'd say 3 to 6 months of time and energy I've now saved.
The venture capital session was really interesting because that's not quite an avenue that we've considered or taken. So having somebody with that sort of knowledge and to be able to inject some great ideas, and even the history and the statistics on it was amazing.
It's the second session on the industry space, especially when we delved into more of the Asian Pac region, who the key players and shakers and movers were. To me, that was super interesting to find out, who were the bigger revenue generators here in Australia, Japan, and China. Because we are looking to expand into Asia, and I took lots of notes during that presentation.
It has been very good, and the session on our guidelines was very interesting with a lot of interaction, a lot of debate and question and answers. So it was very good and really positive feedback from the industry. We really wanted to know a bit more about the industry in Australia and our region, so the session on the state of the industry was very useful for us, and also meeting people who are in this industry. We don't, from where we sit, we don't know that many people in the industry, and that's really useful for us.
No, Mark's session, as always, very informative, looking at the trends in the Asia-Pacific marketplace, not just on Australia, but in terms of other territories. Always informative, always interesting to see what other people are saying. It's a very good roundup of what's going on in the territory.
I thought Google's session was great, actually. It was very interesting. People love hearing about Google. I think there should be more of that. And yeah, I mean, I like the ones where there's discussions generated. It's great, the timing of these conferences. I mean, we don't go to every one, but it's good to catch up 6 months or 12 months apart to see what's happened in the landscape, and it is invaluable to have chats about that.
I got a lot of ideas. I really like the session on email marketing. A lot of good, very specific content. A lot of stuff you can take back to your developers and give them to do an action straight away, rather than sometimes people get a little bit too meta talking about the psychology of things, and it's a little bit hard to kind of put some of that knowledge into practice because you don't know what to do with it.
The keynote was really fascinating in terms of the scamming problem is something that, to be honest, I wasn't aware how deep it was. And today's session with Oasis, being in the advertising industry, I was fascinated to hear how the free dating model would go with an ad-supported, and as I suspected, they were struggling, but yeah, that was interesting to see.
Well, Mark Brooks is fantastic. I mean, what an absolute goldmine of information he is.
I learned a bit from, particularly liked hearing from Tanya from Dating Factory and White Label. And Oasis Active I enjoyed as well. I'm interested to explore the avenue of free dating sites a little bit more for some of my niches, yeah.
Max's session in so many ways was hysterical and entertaining and informative in equal measure. Dave from Oasis did a very good overview of the free market, and it was very interesting to see that they're moving from free into freemium, which doesn't come as a surprise because it's tough for guys just to replicate the free model from yesteryear.
Targeted testimonials sounds like a really interesting concept. We're just looking at how we report success and sell our success stories now, so that's something I'll be taking on board in the next few months. Mark's initial seminar was really good, gave a good overview of the industry globally, some numbers I certainly wasn't aware of, some strategies, and it's going to allow me to put my thinking cap on when I get back.
I think the Google session always goes without saying that Google always come with a presentation and something interesting to say when they come to the iDate conferences. So that resonates very well. This morning I actually enjoyed the information that I'd not necessarily had before from reversing your bad links session was also quite good.
So the SEO tactics and Google AdWords, anything to do with marketing and advertising, I've been learning about.
The party was sensational. I love the boat. Of course, I love RedHotPie, my favourite client, my favourite brand, and Max put on a great show. It was fantastic. Well, I've got some clients here that I'm networking with, but I've made some new contacts that I'm going to follow up on. Absolutely, and international too, which is good.